because you said that you had actually, when we were going through it, you said, I thought I was just, surrendering to God. And I was like, well, it sounds like you've actually given up, because there's a difference to surrendering to God and his will versus actually like giving up. And that's kind of what I was seeing. So talk about like that giving up part and even realizing now, oh, am I really giving up or am I really just surrendering to God?
First of all, let me tell you something, Kendra. Let me tell you what one of my struggles was. I was a sidebar cussing Christian. I would shoot me out a couple of curse words here and there, especially in my group, right? If my group come out and they shoot out a wrong note, we get off stage. I said, what the heck was that? But I only could say that to certain members because I expected the best from them because I knew that I was giving God my best because, hello, I told you I wasn't praying. So when I was singing, that was my relationship, my connection, what that was with God. So anybody that came in here playing with it, that wasn't whatever for me. And so I despise bad notes and stuff like that, because that means you ain't practicing, you ain't getting yourself together and doing what you're supposed to do. And we gonna do this. And so how dare me? I was being so stern and strict with that, but I was struggling my own self because that was my worship. That's why in practice was so important, because it wasn't practice for me. God was still there. And that was my connection, my relationship. Right. And so, I forgot the question. What you said?
I was talking about how you said that you thought you were surrendering.
Right. So yeah. I got it. So I told you that I was surrendering, and you said it's a thin line. You surrendering or you giving up? And I'm so glad you couldn't see me, and you couldn't, because I'm saying to myself, who is? I said surrender. Okay, you want to call it giving up? Okay, giving up. And you were telling me that I was looking at God through a foggy lens. And I was like, I don't even wear glasses, So, at first I was like, I wasn't confronting myself, right? And I flipped out a couple of, little smidges here. I ain't cussed, but I get it from my daddy. My daddy was a cusser, right? So I learned cussing before I even went to school. And so, I would say little things, under my breath, but I trusted your process, and I did it. And I realized when you say something that is the truth and it resonates, it makes you follow what I'm saying? Own up to it. And I realized, oh yeah, I wasn't surrendering. That was me giving up, because to stop praying was, I gave up, And I had one of the sisters at the church. She pulled me to the side because being the director of Revelation, Pew, Exalted, every song group out here, and we're she pulled me to the side, and she was trying to be helpful. She was being helpful, what she thought, by telling me that I needed to go to the prayer circle, because I had stopped going to the prayer circle, right? Because, to me, the church, it was just always asking. We had one member, I know, Talana, she would always go up and thank God for blessings. There were other members too that would just go up and thank, but everybody seemingly in the prayer circle, it was always asking. And I'm just looking at them like, y'all don't know, y'all need to surrender. I'm looking at them like, because my perspective was, why? Like, just God, everything is going to happen how it's happening. And I was struggling with that. And so when she asked me about that, I got offended, because she didn't ask me why I didn't go. She just told me that I need to go because of what it, appears, me being the director, I need to be a face up in the circle. And my thing was, it doesn't matter what they think, because God sees it. And it really, I can't try to be something for them that I'm not even being for God. You follow what I'm saying? So it was very hurtful, although she was trying to help, and I get it. But I was just struggling with some things myself, and I didn't want to take that energy to the prayer circle. Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, even that within itself is wisdom too. And so when we talked about, studying the Bible and beginning to do that, it was hard for you to actually to read the Bible. So it took about maybe 6-7 weeks or so for you to like actually start reading it, because you felt like it was a chore. It was like,
it was an assignment. That's what it was.
It's an assignment, right?
Okay. Right. And I was not going to have you helping me and taking the time to help me and not at least do my part of the assignment. So I was doing my stuff and getting it done, because when Kelly goes in, Kelly commits, Kelly does what she's going to do. So I was doing it because you asked me to do it, huh? You asked me to do it because it was a part of your process. And then I started in September, and I would read and I would read, and I just wasn't there. I wasn't there, but I was doing it, right? Yeah. I wasn't there. And around, then remember I called you one our week, because we have we have weekly, we check in every week. And I was excited because I was like, I gotta do something. This ain't working, right? And I called Kendra and I said, I'm challenging myself to do one book a week, right? The whole book. And then I got to Mark or Luke, one of them, and I was like, oh man, I ain't gonna finish. This ain't good. So now I'm challenging myself, because when I set out to do a goal, I like to hit it, right? My competitive stuff, I like to hit it. And so one day I was coming home from the shop and I was 8 chapters behind. So I found me a YouTube version. I listened to it while I was driving home, because I had to hurry and catch up, because Kendra was going to be waiting for this assignment at the end of the week. Kendra, not God. Kendra, right? And so I messed up and I slipped up on a good one with good commentary and stuff. And I was like, oh, I liked it. So it started getting interesting, because now I wasn't just by myself. I felt like I had somebody with me and talking to me, and I'm talking back to him. And he ain't saying nothing, but I'm still saying, yeah, you know, and all this, and I'm getting hype, and I was so excited. So by the time I got to Luke, honey, we was way in December. Honey, Christmas had come and gone. Okay, I started in September. By the time December came, I was on it, and I was going in here, and when I'm cooking, when I'm cooking, I got my headset on. I haven't been able to talk to my friends and be on the phone and stuff, because I set a goal and I was sticking to my schedule that you made me write out. Hello, time organization. I was sticking to my schedule. And if I get on the phone, it takes away from what my productive day. Because one of those worksheets, I learned that, are you being busy or are you being productive? And I found out that it was a lot of busy, not productive. And so I started just getting into it, getting into my word, getting into what I had to do. Because a lot of people call on me, I just like they used to do my mom. Let me hear your thoughts, stuff like that. So a lot of people would call on me, and I would be there for everybody. It was helping me get through, but Kelly still was having her own stuff she was dealing with, right? Yeah. So December, from September to December, that's when I caught it, honey. And it's been on from there. And mind you, in December, I was in Luke. I finished Revelation in February. Hallelujah. Right? Because I wanted to, not because it was an assignment. Because I'm done with you. That's why we doing this interview right now. I'm done with you, right? But I finished Revelation. And so I was talking to Jerome and Tiff, because they had read the whole Bible like 2 or 3 times. When they first told me that, I was like, what's wrong with y'all? 2 or 3 times. But like, I'm at Genesis, and I'm getting ready to do the Old Testament, and I'm probably going to go in for another round, because it's so good. The stuff is principles. We done took it and made it a book of rules, religion, and you run people away. And that's why people leave the church, because they don't have a relationship with God. Y'all done forced the church on them so much. And when somebody at the church mess them up or get them mad, that's why they go, because they don't have a relationship with God. Right. When I tell you, I am becoming the person that God intended for me to be, believe me.